Guten Tag, meine lieben deutschen Freunde. Today I'm reacting to 15 German brands you pronounce wrong. Probably you pronounce it right. I pronounced it wrong because I'm not German. I'm Latvian. For those who don't know, I'm from Riga, guys. So it's gonna be interesting. Let's check it out.
Hey, have you seen my Adidas shoes? Your what shoes?
Your what
Adidas,
shoes?
the brand? Oh, Adidas.
Oh man, there was such a big difference. Adidas or Adidas or Adidas. Adidas, by the way, we say, by the way, Adidas in Latvia. Adidas in when you speak Russian, when you speak Latvian, it's Adidas. Very similar, basically.
Not sure, maybe you've left them in the car? Oh, and your friend's Volkswagen? Huh? Volkswagen, the car brand? It's a German car brand, you should know that. Oh, VW, okay.
Listen, we don't say Volkswagen, we say Volkswagen with the letter F. Let's go, Latvia, man, with their own naming of cars.
Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but have been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio, on and off since 2016. So a little update before I get into the topic.
Okay, girl. I'm just gonna cut out a bit of that and let's go.
The first one is Audi. Most Americans that I know pronounce it like I just said it, Audi. In German, we say Audi. Audi. And there's actually a funny story as to where this name came from. In 1904, a guy called August Horch founded a car company called A. Horch und Company, Motorenwarenwerke Zwickau, but a few...
Man, that's a long ass name, my friend. Look at that. Look at the surname. My goodness. Motorwagen. Oh my gosh. Motorwagenwerke Zwickau. Ooh, man, that wasn't easy. In Latvia, we say Audi, also Audi, so very close.
2 years later, he left the company and founded a new one, but he wasn't allowed to call it Horch again. And since that's not only his last name, but also means listen in the imperative form, he ended up translating it into Latin, and that's Audi. So Audi means listen. The company is located in Ingolstadt in Bavaria.
But why did he choose Olympic rings as the logo? Or they are not Olympic?
One of the most famous car brands in the world is this one.
Oh,
it's located in Stuttgart, Germany.
Go Porsche.
I've heard Americans pronounce it Porsche,
the best in the world.
Porsche. In German, we say Porsche. So there's like this short E sound in the end. Porsche. It was founded by Ferdinand Porsche in 1931 as a company for vehicle development work and consulting. And one of the first assignments that the company had was from the Nazi government at the time to design a car for the general public, which was what later would become Volkswagen. And so they designed the Volkswagen Beetle, the VW Käfer.
Wow, I love Porsche. I love the old school Porsche. They are the best. All old school cars, like from 80s, 90s, 70s, they are the juice, man. Nowadays cars, in my opinion, are most of them are very tasteless, you know. They look similar, but back then cars had soul.
This one sounded super funny to me when I first heard how people...
I want to say it. Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz. That is how we say.
Pronounce it in English. I actually used to drive one back in Germany. So most Americans call this Mercedes. In German, we pronounce it Mercedes. So Mercedes versus Mercedes. Mercedes. So it's really pretty different. And the full name, of course, is Mercedes-Benz. I've also heard that in England, people also refer to Mercedes as Merc. A German will not know what you're talking about if you say that, just for your information. Originally,
not only German will not understand what Merc means. It's like only Americans probably will understand this one.
if you say that, just for your information. Originally, it was just the company Daimler Motorengesellschaft, founded in 1890. The name Mercedes was added later, inspired by a Daimler car dealer called Emil Jelinek, who was also driving car races under the alias Monsieur Mercedes, which was based on his daughter's first name, Mercedes Jelinek. The name was later also used for one of the car models in the year 1900, and then eventually became the name of the brand itself. This one simply has 3 letters, but of course they're pronounced differently in English.
Let's hear it from me first. We call it BMW. It's in Latvian. BMW. It's in Russian. Or we call it BMK. Or we call it the crazy driver's car, because everybody who owns this car in Latvia is driving like a crazy person. Probably not only in Latvia, I guess.
English and in German. In English, people say BMW. In German, we say BMW because W is pronounced W in German, and it stands for Bayerische Motorenwerke, which means Bavarian Engine Works. And of course, BMW is located in my hometown, Munich, which is the capital of Bavaria. The company was founded in 1916 and originally mainly produced aircraft engines. It's said that the logo represents a plane propeller, and it also has the colors of Bavaria, blue and white, to show the company's origin. Then after World War I, they survived by producing motorcycle engines, farm equipment, household items, and railway brakes, and built their first motorcycle in 1923, and then became a car manufacturer a few years later. They then went back to concentrating on aircraft engines again during World War II, using forced labor from prisoners in concentration camps, and didn't get back into car manufacturing until 1952. Overall, all of these German car brands that I just mentioned are more or less considered luxury brands in the US.
Yeah.
I mean, Porsche, of course, is considered a luxury brand in Germany as well, but Audi, Mercedes, and BMW are pretty much just regular car brands to us. Obviously, they do.
Listen, I mean, here in Latvia, people love BMWs, BMWs, and my grandfather, he was a proud owner of BMW from a 1984 model. And yeah, he was a crazy driver. I told you guys, man, BMW drivers are just like mad. They love to like race when like there's a 20 meters distance, you know, they're like and they stop.
Do have expensive luxury cars as well, but the regular models are driven by people from all social classes in Germany. English speakers call this Volkswagen, while in Germany we usually just call it VW, VW, VW. But even if we did go by the full name, it would be pronounced Volkswagen and not Volkswagen. So just imagine that it was spelled with an F and V instead. Volkswagen. This literally means people's car or car of the people, and it was founded during the Third Reich in the late 1930s because Hitler wanted to have a car that was affordable for middle-class Germans and that met the needs of an average family. So this was his attempt to make cars something that wasn't only available to upper-class people, but to the general public. And the company...
Listen, I mean, it's till this day, it's serving this the purpose why it was created, because Volkswagen literally is a car that doesn't, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't ask a lot of money investments when you repair it. It's very economic and it's not expensive really. The old models are very cheap and still drive pretty good. The car is in pretty decent shape, you know, after hundreds of thousands of miles.
Company is based in Wolfsburg.
Wolfsburg, okay.
Now let's move on to something other than cars. So this is one of the brands where when I heard Americans say this for the first time, I didn't understand at all what they were referring to because they usually pronounce it Adidas, and in Germany we say Adidas. Adidas, Adidas. Super different. It's the...
I'm not sure about that. I mean, like, if you have some kind of like awareness, like you will probably understand what she means by saying like that, Adidas or Adidas, because this is the same word. It's just like the intonation is a bit different, in my opinion. I might be wrong, you know.
Second largest sportswear manufacturer in the world after Nike, and I don't think that a lot of people know that this is a German company. It also has an interesting backstory. It was founded by Adolf Dassler, whose nickname was Adi, so the brand name is based on his first and last name, Adi Das. He founded the company at his mother's house after he returned from World War I, and he actually played a big role in developing spiked running shoes. In 1924, his brother Rudolf joined the company and they founded the Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory, but they later got into a fight, split up, and his brother actually founded his own company called Puma, which became the biggest rival of Adidas.
Yeah.
So both Adidas and Puma are German brands.
For somebody who wrote in the comment section that Adidas and Nike were brothers, you were wrong, my friend. Adidas and Puma, not Nike.
Another shoe manufacturer that many Germans would probably consider very, very German. Like if you talk about something typically German, Birkenstock is definitely going to be mentioned. But of course, this brand is known all over the world nowadays, and it's natural that people pronounce it with their native accent. So English speakers usually say Birkenstock. In German, we say Birkenstock. Birkenstock, Birkenstock, which literally translates to birch stick. The roots of the company go all the way back to the 18th century, by the way.
Listen, I mean, I haven't heard, unfortunately, I haven't heard about this company, Birkenstock. Is it any good, guys? Let me know in the comment section, please.
From shoes to alcohol, this is pronounced Jägermeister in German. Jägermeister. English speakers usually say Jägermeister, which is pretty much the same, just with a pretty thick accent. And people also often use the abbreviation Jäger, like, can I have a shot of Jaeger, please? It literally means hunt master. Jäger is the hunter and Meister is master, and it's a German herbal liquor.
Yeah. I have a story how I was with my friends on the New Year and we were like drinking Jägermeister and we drink for 12 hours. And after that, I went to another party and then I had... there I was like 4 hours and I was drinking more, and then I came home 8 o'clock in the evening and I would just went to sleep, wake up, and I was just destroyed. So it's just crazy, man.
This is a German grocery store. You can also find them in other European countries,
Aldi.
and they even have some stores in the US. I usually get the majority of my groceries at Aldi here in the US. In Germany, we call stores like Aldi or Lidl discounters because they sell groceries for very low prices. In English, people usually pronounce this Aldi. I think I've also heard Aldi before, but I think most people say Aldi.
I say Aldi. Lidl, we have Lidl here in Riga. I shop there, bought some sausages today there. Very tasty.
Or they also sometimes add an S that isn't there in the end and say Aldis. In Germany, we just say Aldi. It has its origins in 1945 when the two brothers Theo and Karl Albrecht took over their mother's corner store and came up with the concept of having a small selection while having low prices. The name Aldi comes from Albrecht discount, so Albrecht, which is their last name, discount. In Germany, we have Aldi Süd and Aldi Nord, Aldi South and Aldi North. Again, this is because of two brothers splitting up into two different businesses. In the US, the store is simply called Aldi and it actually belongs to Aldi South, while the store Trader Joe's belongs to Aldi North.
I never knew that.
Now let's move on to cosmetics. Nivea is a German brand from Hamburg that's mainly known for its face lotion in the little blue container, but of course they offer a large variety of products nowadays. Again, I find the English pronunciation pretty funny here. English native speakers usually say Nivea. In German, we say Nivea.
Yeah, in Latvia we say Nivea also. Nivea. Wait, we say Nivea.
Nivea, so the emphasis is on the E. Nivea. This is a German hair cosmetics brand that you can find all over the world pretty much. In German, we pronounce it Schwarz.
Wait. Let's take it back a bit. I'm gonna say it first. Schwarzkopf. We say it Schwarzkopf all the time.
In German, we pronounce it Schwarzkopf, which literally means black head. Schwarzkopf. English native speakers usually pronounce it Schwarzkopf or Schwarzkopf or something along those lines.
Schwarzkopf. Weird cat.
Deutsche Bank is the largest bank in Germany. Deutsche Bank also literally means German bank. Of course, you can find Deutsche Bank not only in Germany, but in other countries as well. A good friend of mine here in Cincinnati actually just did an internship with them in their New York City location. And she's also going to start a full-time job with them soon. And Americans usually pronounce it Deutsche Bank or something along those lines. And my friend always uses the abbreviation Deutsch when she refers to it. So like she said, I got a job offer from Deutsch, which is just really funny to me because that literally just means German.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, I would say. Very funny.
This is a German manufacturer of high-end domestic appliances, and it's not exactly pronounced wrong in English, but English native speakers usually say something like Miele. So it usually sounds more like an A in the end, whereas in German we say Miele. Miele. So the last letter is just a little bit different. And Miele really does stand for quality. If you invest in a Miele dishwasher or washing machine, you just know that it's going to be a good product and it's going to last.
Listen, I would pronounce it like as a Latvian, I would pronounce it Miele, because I would pronounce every letter. By the way, guys, I think it might be German vacuum cleaner, and it's called Hoover, but maybe it's English, by the way. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, guys, if it's English.
This is something that everyone knows and loves, hopefully. Maybe not everyone knew that Haribo is actually German. We pronounce it Haribo. And again, the name originates in the name of the founder of the company, which was Hans Riegel, and he was from the city of Bonn in Germany. So Hans Riegel from Bonn, and he always took the first two letters, put them together, and it became Haribo. Hans Riegel Bonn. Haribo.
I became just a bit smarter after this video.
Last but not least, let's talk about a company that is not doing super well during these times, but it's one of the largest companies in Germany and second largest airline in Europe. And maybe you've flown with them before.
Yeah, I did
English,
one time.
people usually say Lufthansa, but in German, we say Lufthansa. So the emphasis is on the first syllable, Lufthansa versus Lufthansa.
I flew with Lufthansa one time, and I really enjoyed the experience because we got handled out food, which for free, like it included into the ticket. That was nice. I never flew a plane that like gives food. This is the first thing. Second thing is that we have our own like companies here in Latvia. We have Air Baltic. Not too bad, not too good. Overall, average, I would say. The words that I mispronounced was like Volkswagen. I said with the F letter in the start. Then I said the next one was Adidas. Yeah. And Schwarzkopf. No, Schwarzkopf was okay, I guess. And I don't remember already. Anyways, it wasn't so bad. I thought it's gonna be much worse. Danke for watching, guys, and arrivederci. See you next video, guys. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye.